Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna create this bathroom design and I will show you the steps how to create it. So let's get started. At the beginning, we will open Blender, and for me I just gonna delete all the item that I have it here. We'll click A and delete. So as a start, we can start with creating the floor and the window just to have the concept of the light and how it will look like. I'll start with creating the floor. After that, I will just extrude the floor just to make a little bit. For me, I just follow some kind of concept when I create my designs. Like sometimes I just create some angle from it. Like I don't have to create the whole scene if I want to just show some part of it. And after that, I will create the camera to show the concept of the lighting. So I will extrude the edges, and here like this I can see maybe yes we can create the windows here. So for me, I always like to create full window on the wall that will make the source of the light come so easily, and it will bright all the scene. I will click on E to extrude. Now we have something like this. Okay, we will create another concept of the floor. Just this one, we will add the wood material on it like this, and we will extrude it with E a little bit. Okay, now we have the floor and the window and all easy steps. After we create this, I will create the ceiling too. So let's make duplicate of the floor. We will click on Shift D. When you click on Shift D, that will create another floor concept, and we will make it as a ceiling. But for this, even if you want to go to edit mode and want to extrude and make all this won't affect on the floor too, because we click on Shift D. But if you have to make it the same like that, will have to click on Alt D, so we don't need that. So this is for the ceiling. I'm just gonna add some kind of hole for the light on top. So let's try to make it like this, little bit, and we'll extrude a little bit inside. Okay, I think like this is all good. So let's try to see how we will create the concept of the camera here. So for me, I will just make it as isometric for a little bit. No, let's keep it like this and add the camera. And we can control the camera from view. Just click on camera to view here. You can just control, you are inside the camera, you can control how to see the scene and all this. So we'll keep it like this, but for me I always like to control it from this side of the camera length, so we can see it like this. And if you want to make it like more, like we can see the ceiling and other, we can just make it like at least 40. We'll make it like this for now. Let's try to check for other. Okay, so for here I just like to create more shape so that if I want to extrude the camera, I can see more details happening on this side. So this is the floor, just because it might be adding some mirror on this side, so we will see the reflection that in front of the mirror, so it's better to make it that way. And we'll extrude this side too. So it is like this right now. Okay, for the floor too, just let's make it like full. We can adjust it and add more details to it like this. This one we will keep it here, but let's create another plane. Okay, we can control like this, make it okay. Go to edit mode, just adjust the edges like this. You can just make it come exactly on the side. Okay, now we have this scene inside. we can keep just control a little bit of the camera like this. Okay, I think like this look fine. Let's try to add some lighting so we can adjust the scene lighting. Okay, but at the beginning let's go to render setting, and for me I always click on cycles, that for render, and use GPU computer. And here for the max sample I don't need it that much, I will go 133. Okay, for denoise I add this setting at the end when I want to just see the final render, so I don't need it right now. And here for all the rest I think it's all good. So if you click here on the light, you can see there is no lighting, so let's add some kind of light coming from the window. We'll click on this side on edit mode. First we'll create a material, and then we can just click on this section to have separate material than the rest, and click on assign and plus assign again and new. You will have emission, and that will give light to the rest. So like this I think we have a good bright inside. Later we will add some kind of curtain on it, so it will give some kind of good shade inside, so let's keep it that way. So for now like this I think is all good to see the light and all the rest. Now let's create the bathtub. Let's create it here, so I will create a new collection just to have it separate here. So for me, like if I want to create the bathtub, I always like to add it on some kind of level of heightness, so let's keep it on this kind of section, so that will make it like separate on the other item in the bathroom. So let's keep it on this kind of high level. So we will try to create some kind of different style for the bathtub just to make it separated from the other section. Like this, I feel like this kind of height for the floor, it's look fine. And we can check for creating the bathtub. So now we can create it. Let's check for create a cube. We will try to adjust it a little bit, and for me I add some subdivision. So like this, so if you want to control the size and all this, you can control it. I'll create with I like this, and E to extrude inside. Okay, like something like this look fine. We can create, click on Ctrl 2, and we can just make it smooth. Like this is okay so far. We can create another like subdivision just to make it a little bit smoother. But I want to keep it like the shape of it to be more like, I want it to look like a good shape of the bathtub. So let's try to adjust the subdivision a little bit. You can maybe delete the edges and control from the middle like this. I think it look fine. You can just adjust it a little bit, and we can just check the surface from down, and we can just adjust it a little bit so it can be matched. Maybe we can just make it close like this. I feel it is okay like that, and maybe we can adjust a little bit from the middle. So this shape here, because here you can see how the edge of the bathtub come in, we can just make it go down a little bit and just be inside like this way, and you will adjust it a little bit again and just keep it all inside. So we have now this shape, which is look fine so far. Let's just make it, for me I just like add little bits of the visual that will make it look smoother on the edges like this. So I feel like that looks so good. Let's keep it here. Let's try to make this side like on the edges to make it a little bit tight on the side. Let's adjust it a little bit because like I want to give it that shape of the bathtub, which is not that much like a lot of space on the edges. Just make it a little bit tight, and maybe here in the middle we can add one subdivision and just like this. Yeah, I think this kind of shape would look good. Okay, let's add it on the serve like this. You can just make it small a little bit. Okay, so this was for the bathtub. So let's try to adjust it a little bit from front. Here I can see like there is some kind of adjustment I can make on this side like this. Okay, now let's create the mirror and the sink. Let's try just to adjust this layer, not make it that much big. Just adjust it a little bit here. Here I like to add some kind of hole in the wall, so let's try to create this. Maybe we can mix it with the thing, with the sink thing. Okay, let's try to add another cube. Try to adjust it a little bit. I will try to make it look like it's coming from the same design. Like I don't want it to look like something it's been added like in weird way. Let's make it like it came with the shape with the wall. You will adjust it like till here. Okay, can just make it till all this like this. It look good. And to adjust this part, we can create another cube. We can just make it in this part, maybe like this. We can add here all the soap and shampoo in this section when it is empty, and we can adjust it. To make the hole in the wall, we can just select this cube with the other cube, and we will go to edit. With the bool tool, you can here see the option. We can put on defense like this. You will see it make a hole in the wall, and not only this, you can control where do you want it, so you can control it more better. So like so let's create the windows edges. We will add another cube. Just try to make it here, and for me we can control it from the same edges too. Like just make it a little bit, like adjust it a little bit. We'll click on alt, and when you select it will have this option, and you will make with the letter I, you will be insert inside. I will make it a little bit till out here, and then we will make E again, extrude with the small with the S, so it will be extrude size like this little bit it look fine, but let's try to make all this extrude a little bit till here, so we can see there is a difference with the window. Like this I feel it look fine. Just add another extrude inside, so that will give some kind of detail on the window. Maybe with the shade and the lighting it will give it better adjustment. So for now we'll keep it this way. Let's check with the lighting. Yeah, it looks so good like this. So let's now create the sink and the mirror. So here we'll create another cube. I always like when I create the sink here, it will be a little bit the level higher on the floor. I don't like it to attach it, and sometimes this is in kind of modern design, they use it that way just to make it more modern and just to make the design look much more like you have a space inside and all this. So I will create this space of the sink. This can be the cabins, you can add the stuff here. So I will make it like this. Okay, and then we'll add another cube. I will just click on it and click on Shift D and Z to Y, just or to Z, so we can just adjust it. I will make it a little bit smaller and adjust it to out. Just make it like almost like this. Okay, we can click on it again and maybe we can just keep it like this way. We can just extrude a little bit down so we can have a space to add the drawer like this. Okay, just extrude a little bit. Okay, I think it look fine like this. Okay, we will add a hole here in the sink the same way when we added to the sink to the wall. So let's create another cube, make it here in the middle, just make it big little bit. Okay, I think something like this look fine. Okay, for now just duplicate this box and keep it on the side. Okay, we will use it later. We click on this and another cube and different. You can see that made a hole here, but we have the other box which is hiding this part, so we can just take this one, another copy of it, and Z, and just make it here and click on another cube and make it. So now we have this extrude file like this. We can just see how much the depth of it of the sink, so we can control also how we want it. Maybe like till this look fine. Okay, you can click on Shift. Here we can just click on these two boxes, click on Alt and X. We'll make it here and click on two boxes, make it like this, and the other box and the other one like this. So like this I feel it look good. Now we have it that height. Maybe we can make it a little bit up. Let's make all this of the sink a little bit higher. Here it look fine. Still it have some space down and all this. Okay, now let's create the drawer here. We can select and Control R. We can make, let's make like 4 section of drawer. So like in this position here, we can control how we need it to look like. Maybe till here it look fine. Add another edges on the top too. We'll make it till here so we can hide it, and the other one also, it should be not that much. So like this, I think it look fine. We click on these 2 edges and insert like this, and these 2 edges and insert. So we click on all these 4 and make it extrude to inside little bit, and you will have this shape. After that, we can create the handle of it. Let's make some cylinder, make it small. This is for the handle, and for rotation make it 90. Like this. Let's make it more smoother. Now we have this handle. I will add like LD and to Y and make this part more smaller than the original one. This gonna be like the one who hold it inside the drawer, like this. Put it on the edges, and like this we will have the handle of the drawer. Let's make it in the middle. Make it a little bit bigger, like this. We will go to front view. You can see here, but the light, it doesn't look, we can see it clearly. Let's make it like this. Alt D, we can copy all these part together and just add it on the other one, and like this we will have the drawer and the handle in good way. We can check again for the lighting, and like this we can have it so easily. So we can do also one thing, maybe we can make it a little bit bigger just to have the shape. Like this, it look fine. Okay, now let's create the mirror. Let's see how it will be there. So to create the mirror, we can adjust it and make some kind of different shape of it. Just to try to create a plane, we can make it like this for now. We can do different shape of it. Control R. And we can E with extrude the edges. We can have another shape, and we can extrude it again. Here we click on E and X, that will keep it on X. Let's make it, scale it more, add E again to extrude onto X edges, and make it big and then small, and again E and X and small. What we will do now after all this, we can click on this one, E, X and small here, this kind of shape, and Control 2 will have this shape of mirror. It should look fine. We can keep adjusting this little by little. Here also we can adjust it. Just to have this shape of mirror. Okay, I think like this it look fine. Let's select all and E to extrude all this. Let's have another. So here we can see how much edges it came, like this. And we can select this shape in the front. Just make it more edge like that. Okay, now we have this shape, which I feel it look good so far. We can keep adjusting till you find a good shape that you are looking for. Okay, like this it looks fine. Okay, so let's add some kind of reflection material on it. We'll add a gloss effect and make it the last. And when we click on render, we can see it have this shape of it. So let's try I need to adjust it from this side a little bit, because I feel the edge look a little bit weird here. Okay, let's adjust it. Okay, let's check now if it will work. Okay, let's make it high. Okay, let's add some kind of light from the back of it. For me, what I do is just copy the same shape just to have the same kind of edges. We'll copy, but we'll click on Shift D and Y. That will have it on this edge. We'll small it a little bit, make it small, and then we'll click here on material. When you click on object, you will have a different material and you can add this. Let's try to check it. We can control what lighting we needed from the back, like this. So this kind of lighting, it works. Let's keep it this way. So here, even when we want to create this part, let's try to add some wall from this side, because the mirror reflection, it will show what is in the front of it. So let's try to adjust this section. Here we can adjust and add some wall. let's keep it this way here, and here we'll keep it like that. Here you can see in the reflection of the mirror there is another reflection of the wall in the front. Let's try to create some kind of like some design here, and for the sink too, let's adjust it a little bit. We can create a new design by adding wall here, let's check. Maybe we can add some kind of door to make the bathroom separated from the other section. Maybe we can have some other design for the door just to make it have this separate thing. We can make it so far like this here, and we can create another door. So for this door I will click in edit mode to these two edges and click on Ctrl and P. We will have like this, and just put the scroll of the mouse, and if you see like it's going like this, just click on S. You will have it all like this. So now we have this door. We can separate it by just make it wider. Let's add it from front view. Okay. Maybe keep it like that, just make it higher. Like we can see I need it like coming from this section, and we can just take it little bit here to here, and here you can see all. Okay, let's check for this one, and we click on it and click the other wall, and we have it like this. Let's try to adjust the camera a little bit. Okay. Okay, so like this we have this separate, but we will add another like window from the back so we can have another source of lighting. So let's try to adjust. This section, you'll add another mirror, another window actually, sorry. So we will have another source of light coming from the back too. Like this. Okay, we can see it's getting all together. I think all now good. We can now add some details to the windows, and here for the sink we have to adjust and add another details. Here for this for the bathtub, I feel like we can add another design of maybe some rock on the edges. Let's check how we can make it, and let's create some level like this. Okay, Now let's go to create the sink. Here, to add the sink details, we can create some kind of shape of the sink just to make it, maybe we can adjust it from the wall itself. So here we can make the mirror a little bit higher, little bit like this. Okay. So here we'll try to create some kind of symbol design for the sink. Let's try to adjust it. We will add some cube, and then we can just adjust it a little bit to have other details. Let's create some kind of design for it. For me, I always try to keep it simple, like, because when you add the texture and the lighting at the end, you don't want to have so much distraction happen on one side, so you can keep it as simple as you want. So let's try to adjust it a little bit. Okay, let's make it like this, and we will add another design to it. Maybe we can add another cube. Like this. Like this design, and we can adjust it a little bit from these edges just to make it more smooth, and even here we can add some details. You create it like that. And we can just copy it, Alt D, and keep it in the same, and just rotate it. So 90. Okay, I think like this it looks fine. We can add another layer of cylinder. Just keep it like that. We have to make it as simple as it is, like you don't have to complicate it at all. like this, it look fine. Okay, like this, I feel it look fine. We will copy all this and make it on the other side. Let's make it in the center, Alt D and X. Like this, it look okay. Try to check the lighting. And this is the view we have it. It looked good so far. We can create maybe here some edges and some door. Like here we can just adjust it a little bit. So let's create the sink here, other design for it, just to make it look normal. We can add a cylinder again and adjust it. As I mentioned, it is simple design, like you don't have to work hard to make it. It is like depends on how to show the lighting and texture in better way, and like this you will have your design completely going good. You can just adjust it a little bit here with extrude. And E again. And like this we can just E. Here we can just add another insert so it will come better. Can have it like this. So we have to make it come in at least till this edge. So let's try to create something here. You can add modifier to make it have some level like this. Also here. You will take the same and add it here, make it a little smaller. Like this we will have the design for the sink. I think like this all good. We will copy this and make it on the other side just to make it easy to see. Here we can select all this together and control C. We will create another section and add it to the other side like this. Okay, like this I can see it's all going good. Now let's try to add maybe the curtain to the window here. So let's check how we want to add it. This one, let's keep it in the center like this, and we can try to adjust the curtain here. Okay, see the different, you can put it on random so you can see the different material or different object. So let's create the first one. Here it will be for the curtain. New cube. It is so easy to create this kind of curtain. I will show you how. Just create the basic. We will add it on top like this here. Because we need the light to have the same kind of concept when it's the curtain, we'll keep it like this, little bit far from it. And here we will add Shift D again and Z. We will have another layer we can control. So let's try to make it thick like this, and you will remove this one little bit to the front like this, so you will see like it is open a little bit, and keep it on top. After that we will add modifier array, and we'll add here 1 and here 0. When you add more, we will add here -1, so we'll call down like this. So when you go more, so that we can see like how much it is like far from each other. So we'll create more till down. Here we can see it clearly, like till here. Okay, like this I feel it is good. Let's try to remove it a little bit here on the side. Okay, and we'll click on Alt D, and Y, we will have another section here. So if you wanna go and check it how it look on the side, it will be like this, but we have to adjust the window just to make it match in good way. Let's try to adjust it and add some kind of black material just to see the difference that we have than the actual wall. So let's add it here. It is all about creating cubes, and just try to control it. You will have whatever shape you want to create. And for interiors, this is so easy because you can control the shape that you want to work on, and much more better. We can take this one and also extrude it till here. Like this, you will have this wall. We'll try to make it in the center. Okay, like this, it looks fine. Click on E to extrude. Okay, now let's add something in the middle, maybe here. We can make it like on this high of level, and then we can just take these edges, and if we click on F, it will not work like this. So let's try to create like on the side too. Let me take it from down first. Okay, like this we have it. Good. Let's add another one here in the middle. so we will have this shape of extrude down, and it will be like this. Okay, let's give this one we'll give it material of dark material so we can just see how the different it will look like. And we can see now the curtain in the front, so we can see how it look now. We can do one thing, we can just give more like a brightness to the background just to see it this way. And we can now create also one thing. Here we can just make it like this. Okay, for the light we can just make it come the same. Here we can add spotlight and make it go like this. We can here add to the shader, and when we want to create use node, we'll click on Ctrl T and you will have here some design. We will remove this one and add noisy effect, noise texture. We can put it like this. Let's check how it will look like. Let's make it like this. Wavy texture we will add. This for layer. You will have it this way, and you will add normal to vector. We can see this kind of texture we had. We can control and even if we want to control it down, let's take it. Let's try to control the light first, and we can just adjust it a little bit like here. We can just add a scale. Can make it like this. Okay. We can make it like this straight, and we can have now like this shader. You can see how it's coming from outside. Look fine like this. Okay. Now for the other light, we can just make it a little bit at 2 point. And like this we can have the first lighting source inside. We can just make it a little bit not completely white, but we can just adjust it a little bit. Even here we can make it like warm lighting inside. Also for the spotlight, like this. Okay, I think like right now it look much more better. Can make it a little bit like this. G on X. Okay, like this I believe it look fine so far. Let's try to adjust this, the camera, just to make it in the center. Just let's make it have the full scene like this. Okay, I think it looked good like that. Now let's try to adjust here the wall a little bit. Okay, now let's just try to add some material and some lighting. Here let's try to adjust it a little bit back like this. Here. Okay, now we have the scene like this. We can just add to the floor a new material, and let's check the design we have here. For the floor, I think I'm gonna use something like this. Just make it that shape. Okay, and here for the sink, let's try to have some material. Here, if you can see it's not coming good, you can on control and select all, and you can go to UV map, UV smart, and click OK. Like this, I believe it come good. And for have more details, we can add a map design for it. Maybe something like this. I'll add the pump effect. You can see here how the material goes. Okay, and we can add a little bit reflection to it just to make it look better. And to the wall too, we can add some light gray. Let's try to check maybe something like this. Okay, still look fine, but let's try to make smart. Okay, like this I feel it look better. For the design of the wall, also add some kind of reflection and it will look good. We can make the material of the sink look more better. Let's try to here click on invert, that will affect. Let's try to add it the material in better way with UV map like this. keep it here. Also for the ceiling, let's try to add some effect, because here on the ceiling we will be adding lighting effect on the edges just to make it a little bit bright, but make it a little bit orange like this. Look fine. Okay, let's bring it here like this, and like this here, and like that we will be having the ceiling here. Okay, let's add some wood material to the ceiling. Here we'll check the wood material, maybe like this. Okay, look nice. But also for the floor we can change it, make it some other material. We'll keep it this way. Okay, and for the wood we can add another wood material here. Let's check the design we have it. Maybe we can add something like this to it. Let's check how it will look. No, it is more bright. We need it a little bit darker. Maybe we have to try something like this one. Let's check. Okay, like this one, it gives this kind of good vibe for it. Let's click on all and UV Smart Project. Like this, it comes better. We can give some reflection to it and all. And for the handle, we'll give it glossy effect. For all, and just make it a little bit yellow. It will be golden effect to it. So like this we will have the sink. I think I will keep it like this here. I don't want to give some kind of design to it. Let's try to rotate it a little bit here like this. So like this, I believe it will come better. Let's try where is the spotlight and try to give it like this way and add it. Like that. Like this, I think it look better. Can add the color to this thing. Make it black with the glossy, and we select all and click on material, link material. So we can make it a little bit glossy here. You can see how it look.